of harassing its ships in the Arabian Gulf. The U.S. Navy says Iranian ships were shadowing its vessel and didn't respond to 3 attempted radio calls, nearly causing a collision. The Navy is describing the incident as provocative harassment. The U.S. says there were at least 30 unsafe and unprofessional incidents between the U.S. and Iran in the first half of this year. Well, joining me now from Washington is Trita Parsi, the founder and president of the National Iranian-American Council. Trita Parsi, very good to have you with us. What's going on here?
Well, it's a complicated story, but I think what it comes down to is that what is really underappreciated in Washington is that the Iranians tend to be quite unhappy and disappointed with the nuclear deal because the sanctions relief that was supposed to be coming has not been forthcoming in the way that folks had envisioned on both sides of the aisle. And as a result, the Iranian supreme leader is under a lot of pressure from his hardliners because he, at the end of the day, was the reason why the Iranians could go forward with the deal. Without his support, there would never have been a deal.
And so you say the supreme leader is possibly behind this, but does he have the support of Rouhani?
No, I'm saying that
is this pretty much across the board, this feeling of not getting what they needed?
Oh, absolutely. It's across the board, and it's actually particularly strong among supporters of Rouhani because they really supported the deal because they wanted the sanctions relief, they wanted to have a better economic time, and they wanted to be able to open up to the world. Very little of that has happened, mainly because of the banks unwilling to go in and finance projects and finance the trade. But anyways, this goes back to the pressure that the supreme leader is under them from his hardliners about this, and it seems like he is giving them some leeway to express their displeasure with Washington, and one of the ways they're doing it appears to be by provoking the ships in the Persian Gulf in the way that they're doing. It's a very negative development. It's very dangerous because this actually could lead to something much, much bigger than this. But that seems to be the main motivator. But there also seems to be some domestic political aspects involved in this.
And they probably know how much the U.S. needs Iran at the moment, considering what's happening in Iraq and the U.S. losing much of its leverage in Syria.
Definitely. I think the Iranians, part of the reason why they're so disappointed is precisely because they believe that they have a lot of leverage, but despite of that, they are not getting the fruits of the nuclear deal, and this is creating a tremendous amount of displeasure amongst the population. There's already speculation that as a result of that displeasure, President Rouhani may not get re-elected next year. And these provocations against the U.S. seems to be one way for them to make clear their displeasure and showing the U.S. that they can create problems for the United States in the Persian Gulf and in the region if there isn't more forthcoming sanctions relief.
Trita Parsi, thank you.